army goes rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on its way. Down off the king's on its run. Oh, wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. People know that the army goes rolling along.
My name is Rusty Edminster. I'm a volunteer interviewer for the Military Collection of the State Archives in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today I have the very great pleasure and honor of being in the home of Jimmie Jackson in Dunn, North Carolina. Today is Thursday, September the 15th, 2011. Jimmie, thanks for letting me come. It's a pleasure to know you.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Let's start this way. Would you state your name and address for the record?
Jimmie Jackson. Jimmie Rex Jackson.
Okay.
906 South Sampson Avenue, Dunn.
Okay.
28334.
Wonderful to be in Dunn on a beautiful day in the fall. Jimmie, I think you told me a few minutes ago that you weren't born in Dunn, but close by. Tell me about that.
Well, when I was born, women didn't go to the hospital to have children.
Okay.
I was born at home in Sampson County.
Okay.
Down below what is 13 now.
All right.
But it was a dirt road then.
But in rural Sampson County.
Sampson County.
Okay. And is that where you grew up?
For about 8 years we lived there, and then Daddy moved up close to Dunn and farmed up here.
Oh, okay. So your dad was a farmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's farm.
And that means you probably know a lot about tobacco farming.
Lord have mercy, more than I would want to.
Well, we share that.
But the last tobacco that I helped barn crop,
No, I got it.
Daddy was talking to one of his friends, and he needed a cropper.
Okay.
And he said, Jimmy's not doing anything. I just got out of service. And he said, he can help you.
All right.
Well, I got up that morning, and Daddy woke me up about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
To go help barn tobacco. And at noon, we'd finished the field that
Oh, really?
we're in.
Okay.
And he told us that he had another acre and a half in another field down
Okay.
a mile or two down the road. And I promptly told him that I had plans for that afternoon, and I wasn't going to be able to help him.
Okay.
And come home and told Daddy not to volunteer me to crop no more tobacco. And he didn't.
Well,
So
I would bet you'd agree that tobacco farming, priming, all the jobs around a tobacco production will teach you how to work.
it absolutely will let you know how to work and how much work there is in tobacco
Absolutely.
and cotton and corn.
Right. Yeah.
All
Farming is hard work, but it's honest, good work too. So.
It was hard work then
Yep.
compared to what it is now.
Right.
It's still not a gravy train
Right.
today.
Yep. Well, I'm glad that you and I share that. I used to work on my grandmother's farm, and because of inheritance and things like that, I own that farm now. I haven't worked in tobacco in a long time, but I remember well the sweat and the heat and all of the things that are involved in that. So, anyway, we're getting off the track. I'm sorry. So your dad moved to Dunn. And yeah, I assume you then went to high school here in Dunn.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you mind telling me what years we're talking about?
47, 48, 9, 51.
Oh, okay.
and 3 when I went in service.
Okay. So you finished high school, and did you go into the service immediately?
I quit. I dropped out of school.
Oh, you did? Okay.
10th grade.
All right. And so how long was it before the military came up?
Worked with Daddy farming. That was
Okay.
53.
All right.
And October of 53, the war was just about over in
Korea.
Korea.
Yep.
And several of us guys that were 18 then decided that if we were going to get our military service behind us, now would be the time because that was ending.
Okay.
So we volunteered for the draft.
Now, you just used that famous 5-letter word. There was a draft in those days.
Yeah.
And had you had a draft letter yet, or was this
No,
before that?
No, it was.
But you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Because they were drafting 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds and all, and we knew that
It wouldn't be
it
long
was
for
just
the
a matter
18.
of time.
Okay. And I think you were telling me earlier that you have brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
There were 7 boys in the family and 3
Okay.
girls.
Okay. Boy, that's a big family.
And the oldest brother, Quentin, was killed in the Philippines in April
45.
45.
So in the Army or the Marines or in the Navy?
He was in the Army.
In the Army.
Uh,
Okay.
Right, there's a book on him, that book
Okay.
that's in the chair, that Gary has made
Put
up
together?
and put together.
Good for him.
For, that one's for me, and he's got a big one for him, you know.
We ought to put that in the archives if he can make another copy.
Oh, he probably would be glad to.
I'll talk to him about that.
Uh,
Okay, so you and 5 of your friends. Oh, I'm sorry, we were talking about your brothers. So you lost a brother in World
lost
War
a brother
II.
in World War II.
Any of the other
And
boys in the service?
The fourth oldest boy
Okay.
down, he joined the Army.
Okay.
And so he was in the Army
Okay.
when I went in.
And was your dad in the service?
No.
Okay. So 2 of your brothers were in the Army. Your sisters ever in the service?
No.
Okay.
None of this.
So you joining the Army makes all the sense in the world because you had 2 brothers that were in the Army.
I was excited about getting in the Army, but
Sure.
going in the Army.
Okay.
But it got old in a hurry.
We'll get to that. Okay, so tell me how in 1953,
3.
how in 1953 did you join? Was there a recruiter in Dunn? I mean, where'd you have to go?
We went to the draft board in the 6 of us.
Yep.
Went to the draft board in Sampson County and
Okay.
volunteered.
Oh, so you went to your draft board.
And volunteered for
And
the
that kept
draft.
them from drafting 6 guys right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so were these guys good friends of yours then?
Yes.
Okay. And when you join, typically you have some say about the branch of service and where you go and that kind of. Did they give you any choices at all?
No, because we all wanted to go in the Army.
Okay. But where'd they send you for basic?
And we all went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina to start with.
Okay.
And then,
Not Fort Bragg.
no, Fort
I mean, we're
Jackson.
40 miles from Fort Bragg.
That's right.
Okay.
When, when they gave us a reporting date.
Okay.
So by being closer to Lillington in Harnett County, and there were some going from Harnett County
Okay.
to Raleigh for the
Draft?
physical,
Oh, physical. Okay.
that we all met at the draft board in Lillington and got on the bus and went to Raleigh.
Okay.
And there was 3 of the 6 was in the National Guard.
Okay.
Had joined the National Guard. And they were trying to keep the others of us that had not been calm about the big needles,
Right.
the harsh, physical.
Right.
And this one guy was telling, oh, it's no problem. Said you just hold your arm out and they'll put the needle in, draw the blood. Said you won't even know it.
Right.
They put that needle in that boy, he fell like a pine tree cut.
Fainted dead away, huh?
Fainted away. So.
And we aren't talking about you, though. We're talking about somebody else.
He was 2 down for me.
Oh, okay.
And he had already fell when they got to me.
Okay.
And I knew I wasn't going to, and I don't know why I looked at it, but it didn't bother me a bit.
Good.
It stung.
Oh, yeah. It stings.
So that we all passed. And one of the guys that was the 3rd time he had been up for a physical.
Oh, really?
And been deferred each time.
Okay.
Didn't pass the physical. Well, this doctor told him, says, young man, we're going to make a soldier out of you. When we got through with the drawing the blood and the physical and all, he come out and he says, all of you passed. Well, that one, Howard Bass was his name.
Okay.
It looked like he had become a statue. He just froze in place. He couldn't believe it. Because he had told us over and over that he really dreaded leaving us since we were all good friends.
Okay.
But he passed and went in and went through basic.
So did all 6 of you go to Fort Jackson?
Fort Jackson, and then they took 3 of them to Camp Gordon, Georgia for basic.
Okay. And why?
There were just enough that filled up the companies there at Fort Jackson, evidently, and they moved them to Camp Gordon.
And Jimmy, do you know why they didn't send you to Fort Bragg? Was it timing?
Well, at that time, I don't think they were doing basic training at Fort Bragg.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they were.
Okay.
But we wound up and went through the first 8 weeks in Love L Company.
Okay.
At Fort Jackson, and then we got a 15-day leave
Okay.
at Christmas
All right.
and come home. Went back for 8 more advanced weeks
Okay.
of infantry basic training
But in Fort Jackson.
at Fort Jackson.
Well, I got to pick at some things because, okay, you 6 boys, 3 eventually, but when you went down there, 6. You were all good friends.
Yeah.
You'd been working hard on a farm. I suspect at least you were in great physical shape because when you work on a farm, you are in shape. So you get down to Fort Jackson, and I'm sure they put their arm around you and told you how glad they were to see you and all that stuff.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, tell me about it.
It really, we were at the reception center for about a week
At Fort Jackson.
at Fort Jackson. We got there in the middle of the week. In the middle of the next week, they sent us to the company. But that first weekend that we were there at Fort Jackson,
Right.
this sergeant comes around and said he wanted 4 volunteers
Oh, no.
that lived within 50 miles of Raleigh.
Okay.
So you know, dummy like, I said, I'll volunteer.
No one had talked to you about volunteering yet.
We'd already gone over that, but that side of the mind when he said 50 miles of Raleigh.
Yep.
Well, they had advanced us $20, the Flying 20 they called it.
Oh, I've heard this story, but tell me your side of it.
And he said for $10 he would bring us to Raleigh
Okay.
and bring us back
Okay.
and get us a 3-day pass that weekend. So he got our passes, got ready to go, and then he had duty.
Okay.
So we didn't get to come, but it didn't cost us $10, but we got our 3-day pass.
Oh, that's good. Now, you'd been in the Army a couple of days, and already you got a pass.
Got a 3-day pass. We went into town, and
This Army stuff's pretty cool.
oh, it got good then.
Had you had your hair cut by then?
Oh yes.
Okay, so you had no hair.
No hair. We were absolutely boot camp recruits. And we went into town and messed around and went to movies and whatever. But come back up, but on Monday, things woke up.
Oh, they did.
They fall in formation, and they called out so many people to go, you know.
Right.
The next day they done the same thing, and I think on Wednesday of that week is when our group got called to go to
a training company.
Training company,
Okay.
and then we started out.
They let you sleep late and do all that stuff, right?
Oh yes, every bit of 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock.
They'd come rattling the buckets and.
You mean wait, Jimmy? You mean they didn't tap you on the shoulder and say, "Jimmy, you got to get up now"?
Not once, not once. And the buckets, they'd turn bunks over.
Right.
If you didn't get right up, they'd turn your bunk over.
Yep.
Or pull the mattress off the bed and you in it.
Right.
And so basic was just normal basic training.
Okay.
And every week we were getting shots of some kind, you know.
Immunizations. Right.
Building up the immunization.
Yeah, I got it.
And this one guy that went in with us, we had nicknamed him Egg.
Okay.
And right today, if I met him on the street and I hollered Egg, he'd turn around and look to see who it was, because
Okay.
he knows that's his name. He went through the line first.
Okay. The shot line.
Shot line.
Okay.
They pulled him out to cut the end of your fingers to get the blood sample. So he was the one that was
Yep.
cutting the finger. We'd see all these people coming out, these boys coming out, and they were all going, we just about cut the finger. They'd still be dripping blood.
Yeah, right.
We couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. They were talking about, because it just touched ours, and that was the end of it. When David Strickland come out, he said, "Boy, I starved them good." Said I made up for mine. When they hurt me, he said, I hurt every one of them that come through there. And he was the one that was
He was the one getting the blood sample?
Getting the blood sample. So Egg got the sample, but the rest of it was just normal basic training.
Okay. What kind of weapons did they train you on in those days?
M1.
Had M1s for training. But you'd grown up on a farm. You knew how to shoot anyway, didn't you?
I didn't have a problem with the gun.
Okay.
The rifle. Oh Lord, that was the wrong thing to say.
Oh yeah, don't say gun.
Gun. It was rifle
Right. So
or weapon.
So we're talking about Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina, right?
Yeah,
So it was cold.
it was cold. That when we went back after Christmas, it had really got cold,
Okay.
and we would put on all we could wear
Right.
in the mornings, go out, and by the time we'd come in, we'd be down to one pair of pants, one shirt, one
Right.
field jacket with the lining out.
Didn't need it. You were working hard.
Yes, we were building up heat,
Okay.
and we went through the advanced infantry basic training that second 8 weeks.
What was that? What was the difference in those 8 weeks?
Right then, we couldn't tell the difference, but there was more rifle, hand-to-hand combat,
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
That was associated with fighting with a weapon.
Right. They teach you hand grenades and stuff?
Hand grenades, throwing them. They were really particular about how we handled
I'm sure they were.
hand grenades, rocket launchers. We got to fire those.
Did you have grenade launchers in those days?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, they didn't call them rocket launchers. It was grenade,
Oh, okay. Grenade,
Launcher.
okay.
and we fired them. I don't know how many times, but several.
Right.
And we spent more time on the rifle range firing the rifles,
Okay.
the weapons, than we did the first 8 weeks.
All right, reflect for me. Tell me about your training NCOs. The guys that were training, were they pretty good guys? Did they know their stuff?
Yes, the only one that I can really remember his name
Okay.
was Corporal Wainwright.
Okay.
And he was a big guy. And he was easygoing. I'm saying, not, he didn't take you into his room at night and give you pop or
Yeah, right.
soft drinks or anything.
Let's go play cards
But
for a while.
he was just not, he didn't
He wouldn't jump you all the time.
yell every time he opened his mouth
Okay.
to give you a order to do. He wasn't yelling. And then there was a couple more that were really, we referred to them as bandy roosters.
Oh, okay.
Everything they done was
Right.
spiteful, it seemed like then.
Right.
But it was all in good training, I guess.
I guess.
At the end of the training cycle, we were in better shape by them being, part of the
And
training.
do you think these guys had been to Korea or had been in World War II? I mean, they have the
No,
experience?
I don't think they had there.
Okay.
Not in the training.
Okay.
Now, Wainwright seemed to know more about when we'd go on bivouac or we were out in the field.
Right.
He knew more about and it could have been from his experience in Korea, or it could have been experience just being in,
And
training.
in the Army. Yeah.
In the Army.
How was the food, Jimmy?
You
You ate it fast, but how was
You
it?
eat it in a hurry and eat all they put on your plate.
Okay.
Because there was a corporal standing at the garbage pails, and you didn't go up there with a plate full of garbage.
Oh,
or
really?
Leftover food to put in there.
They meant you to eat it.
They put it on your plate, and you eat it,
Okay. Was it any good?
or hit it to the majority of it was eatable, good, you know,
And you have two
Good
or
food.
3 meals a day?
three full meals a day.
Okay.
Even
Well, you're doing a lot of physical work too. So.
even when we were out in the field on bivouac,
They brought it
had,
to you.
They had the trucks to bring it out there, and,
Okay.
and they were hot.
All right.
They were hot meals, breakfast, lunch, and supper.
So you got to the end of now 16 weeks. It's got to be March, I guess.
It's
March of
about that.
54.
March of '54.
Okay.
They took the company size, 180 or whatever it was,
Sure.
men, and seemed like they transferred to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Been there?
I'm not sure.
Yep.
And the rest of the company, which was like 220 men,
Sure.
we had in the training company, 30 something men. Part of us went to Camp Chaffee, Arkansas. A few of them went to training school, you know, a school for training.
Sure.
And part of us went to Camp Chaffee, Arkansas,
Where is Camp Chaffee, Arkansas?
at Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right just outside of Fort Smith.
Oh, I got to ask you another personal question. When you started all this, had you ever been outside the state of North Carolina?
Yeah, I'd been to New York.
Oh, you had.
I'd been to New York when 2 or 3 years before I went in service.
Okay.
Sister married a guy from Long Island, New York.
Wait. A girl from here married a Yankee?
Married a Yankee. That was at Fort Bragg.
Oh, I see. I wondered how he got
When
in
he
here.
got out, they went up there to
Long
Lee.
Island. Okay, so you went to New York for the wedding, and yeah,
And
okay.
I went to New York and stayed, you know, with them for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or might even been 3 weeks, and then come back.
But when you went to Camp Chaffee, that was the furthest west you'd ever been, I
Or
guess.
furthest anywhere.
Oh, okay.
And every day they would fall out in just thousands of recruits that was completing basic training.
Right.
For reassignment.
Okay.
Every day they'd call out hundreds of names.
Oh, really?
And they would report to the order room and come back, and most of them would be just the nerves all to pieces, about crying.
Wow.
They were going to Korea.
Oh, really?
And by that time, we had found out they were still shooting and killing. in
Okay. So
Korea.
they were going to the war.
They were going to Korea.
Okay. Now this was at Camp Chaffee you're
Camp
talking
Chaffee.
about.
This went on for about 2 weeks. I was there.
Okay. Oh, let me stop you, Jimmy. When you came out of Fort Jackson, were you then an 11 Bravo? Is that the MOS designation? That is infantry?
Infantry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. So 2 weeks after Camp Chaffee, you finally get your name called?
Get my name called, and everyone that had been called out before that come back where I could hear, they were going to San Francisco for reassignment.
Oh, right.
They were going to Korea.
Okay.
When they called me out, I knew that's where I was going.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was.
Handwriting was on the wall.
I was a nervous wreck too. But I went, and they told me that they gave me the papers, and there was a bus waiting for us, and I was going to Fort Bliss, Texas.
Okay. What's at Fort Bliss? What's their
It
specialty?
was just another assignment center.
Oh, okay.
And got down there, and it was about the same thing there.
Really?
Every day, only just less. There weren't as many there as there was in Arkansas.
So what do you do all day after this formation for orders? Do you
Well,
just twiddle your thumbs?
Yeah, that's about what you done. You lay around till the next day, till the next group
Wow.
was called.
Okay.
Got to Fort Bliss.
Bliss, yeah.
There, I was only there about 3 days, and then I got my papers to go to Fort Hood, Texas.
Is this, let's
Yeah,
show Jimmy the United States one camp at a time.
One camp at a time. Got to Fort Hood,
That's armor, isn't it?
and the closest infantry probably was South Carolina.
Right,
That was all armored mechanism, you know.
right. Tanks
heavy
and
tanks,
TVs, personnel
artillery,
carriers.
everything.
Oh, wait, artillery too.
Yeah,
Okay.
for armored artillery.
Oh, I got it.
So I got there, and everything was going good. About every once a week they would call out these names and go to the order room, report to the order room.
Okay.
And they'd come back crying. They were going to Korea.
Wait. Let me get this
They-
straight. They missed it at Camp Chaffee. They missed it at Fort Bliss. And now they're at Fort Hood. Now they're getting orders.
Only see, it just kept getting smaller,
No, I got it.
smaller amounts. At Fort Hood, there would only be 2 and 3
Right.
a week,
Okay.
but there was constantly coming in replacements.
I don't understand
Well-
something, Jimmy. You're infantry. Why did they send you to Fort Hood?
Because they weren't going to send me to the war zone to
Oh, okay.
Korea or Japan, or
Okay.
because one brother was already there
Oh, you had a brother there.
in Japan,
Okay.
and
Right.
the oldest brother was killed in
World War
Philippines.
II. Right.
So I won't going over there, but I didn't know that.
Okay. So every
So,
time they
every-
called names, you had to worry about it.
And finally, after about a month and a half at Fort Hood, they called my name.
Uh-oh, here you go.
Said I'm gone this time, because all of them were going. So I go in to the order room, and I'm trying to tell the lieutenant that reporting is ordered, and I was stuttering so bad till he couldn't understand me. He told me to go on in. That the sergeant did, said, the lieutenant's got some paper for you. Got in there and told him I was reporting as ordered, and he handed me a sheet of paper, and he said, go down to the dispensary, your partial plate has come in. They had made me a partial plate when I was in Fort Jackson, and it had followed.
Something for your teeth?
Yeah,
Okay.
said your partial plate has come in. They need you to go down. I went out. I was half in and just off whistling. And they wanted to know what was wrong with me, because everybody else was going to Korea or about crying. Well, I went and got my teeth. Everything's fine. Then they were reactivating the 4th Armored Division.
Okay.
And when I first got to Fort Hood, I could drive a car. You know, I'd been driving
Sure.
and backing up trailers and stuff. Well, the requirements to get your military license was that you had to back a water tank off of a 3/4 ton truck
Right.
into a parking spot. You had
Okay.
to back it in. the first time I tried backing that thing in, it looked like it just had a slot to
Oh,
fall
really?
right in.
Perfectly.
They thought I could drive anything. So they give me my license.
Here comes an MOS. Yep.
Tank driver.
Tank driver. Oh, tank
Tank driver. Because I backed that
Oh, yeah.
water tank in.
Maybe that was luck, but you did it right.
It was. It was. Well, as they were activating the 4th Armored Division, they had all these tanks coming in.
What kind of tanks?
Well, from Hausers, artillery pieces, to literally 75 and 80 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
Or
So some of them had big guns on them.
big the 105s Hausers were mostly on the tank,
Okay.
on tank tracks, and
So you biked this water
So-
tank off and they decided you could drive a tank.
I could drive a tank.
Okay.
So I was the only one that was being transferred to the 4th Armored Division
Okay.
that had military license. So it was my job to train these other guys how to drive a tank.
It sounds like the Army.
It was the blind leading the blind.
Okay. But you were the expert.
Expert. Well, I got pretty good at driving the tank. I
Okay.
could do it pretty good.
All right.
And every day, it would take like 5 guys and myself and a lieutenant and a sergeant out in the tank, and each one would get to drive
Sure.
so much out in.
Right.
And
It's like driver's ed.
yeah, you got it, a driver's ed. Well, every day for a week or two, we would go out this tank trail.
Okay.
And here's this big hole, and it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and muddier, more mud. And after a couple of weeks of that, and this lieutenant is telling these 5 guys that's in there that day, says you can't stick a tank. You can't make it be stuck.
You can't get it stuck.
Cannot.
It
get
will not
stuck.
get stuck.
So we went into it, went on out and drove all around.
Sure.
Coming back through, I was driving coming back. So I told that lieutenant, I said, you said it couldn't be stuck. You mind if I try it? And I locked the wheels, and one wheel was going backwards, one wheel was going, and it just twisted it around in that mud hole.
You screwed it into the hole.
We got off of that tank and stepped off on the bank. I had
Yep.
to climb up to get out
Oh,
of
I understand. But you got it stuck.
it. Stuck. It took a tank retriever and a crane to get it out of that hole.
Oh, man.
But the lieutenant,
Is that when they threw you out of the Army, Jimmy?
he didn't never tell no more of those boys that you couldn't stick a tank. But
That- Talk to me for a second, because most of us have never been anywhere near a tank. You know, we all drive with steering wheels, and we have a brake pedal, and some of us have a clutch and an accelerator. What's the mechanism in a tank like? It's not a wheel, is it?
No, in the artillery pieces and the armored personnel carriers, you had two
Sticks.
sticks sticking up,
Okay.
and they had little push buttons on the top
Okay.
where you could move it,
Oh, you push the button to move the stick.
the
Okay.
stick, or it would lock in place.
Oh, I got it.
Straight. But in a regular tank, you had like a joystick,
Oh, you did.
and you could pull it around.
Those of us who've never been in one, that's amazing.
it really was the easiest one to drive, was that
Okay.
a regular tank covered up with the portholes and all.
And how many guys are in a tank? Two?
Four,
Oh, four.
the driver, and a sergeant.
Okay.
The tank commander, they called it sergeant.
Okay.
And now I drove them some, but not much, because
Okay.
I wound up in the communications of an artillery group,
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry I got you off the track.
battery.
All right. So you got the tank stuck, and they didn't throw you out of the army.
No,
So go on from
they
there.
they were creating these batteries and battalions and all of the Fourth Army.
Fourth Armor. Right.
Then, and so I got put into a artillery, a battery of artillery,
Okay.
22nd Battalion Artillery,
So this is motorized artillery.
motorized
Okay.
artillery.
Go ahead.
And I stayed in that battery the rest of the time, really, that I was in service, until the middle of April, the last part of April of 55,
Okay.
and they picked particular groups
Right.
to go to Camp Irwin, California,
Okay.
to take part in a desert armored vehicle crossing of the desert, of the Mojave Desert,
Okay.
over into Nevada to participate in a nuclear bomb
Test.
test.
Wow.
So I was in that group and went to California.
Okay.
Then crossed the desert into Nevada to Yucca Flats or something like
Yep,
that
got it.
was the name of the
Yeah.
area that the test was at. And the middle of May, there was a tower built,
Okay.
and the tanks were like a mile and a half from ground zero, or 1,800 yards, or so many yards from that, but it was a mile and a half or somewheres in that area.
And this tower you're talking about is where they're going to set off the nuclear device.
The nuclear device was on top of that tower,
Okay.
and it was a 500-foot tower.
All right.
It said 90,000 tons of steel built the tower the bomb was sitting on.
So it's a one-time use tower.
Yes,
Built the tower, it's going to disappear.
it disappeared. The biggest parts we could find of it was the size of a bird shot and a gun shell.
Man. Okay.
That was.
And you were only a mile and a half away.
It might have been a little over. I don't.
But in that
really, but in that vicinity.
Yeah. Right.
Because we could see the tower with no problem.
Okay.
Like this afternoon, that it was going off the next morning.
So
We were looking at the tower and looking up at it.
So for people who may have heard about nuclear testing, this was above ground, because we did do some below ground testing too.
Well, in later, about all of the tests were done underground.
Okay.
Underground. But in 55, that was above ground.
Okay.
Uh,
So did you guys know what was going on?
we knew it was a nuclear bomb.
Oh, you
test.
did?
We did.
Okay.
And when we were going over there, we knew it was a nuclear bomb
Okay.
test, but we didn't know
How you were going to participate.
how close we would be, or what the reactions would be to. And now I was driving, like I said, the communications vehicle. Armored personnel carrier,
Okay.
and they had two GMC 6-cylinder engine, one on each side.
Okay.
With aluminum panels on it. And we got in positions all that night before the next morning. That was to go off and put black tape over all the peepholes, like a duct tape,
Yep.
something
Okay.
like that. Or it was black, and covered up everything where there wouldn't be no light coming through.
Okay.
And when it count down, we could hear the countdowns over the radio, and as it counted down, when it went off, it was like a big bam, and everything lit up inside
Inside the tank.
the tank.
I mean, the APC,
Yes.
even though they had taped all of
Taped
the
up.
light.
all the panels on the inside of that, it just blew them off.
Oh,
They just come off, and it was all lit up.
and you can still see?
See, right? Well, they won't any of us out looking at it,
Thank goodness for that.
and it moved that tank, which was 26 tons.
Tons.
It moved it like a foot and a
Wow.
half back.
Just the blast.
Just that pressure of that coming back.
Okay.
It moved it, and we figured it was a foot.
But it held together.
It held together.
Okay.
Because as soon as it was over, then we started up the vehicles.
Okay.
And they had warned us over and over. It seemed like every 10 minutes, do not get out of the vehicles. Don't get out of the vehicles.
Okay.
Because there was infantrymen behind us, like 3 miles or whatever behind us in trenches.
Okay. More guinea pigs, so to speak.
Yeah.
More test people.
More guinea pigs.
Well,
That's what it amounted to. But there were some of the guys that was in that vehicle with where I was at. When we opened the back of that APC down, it was just too tempting to get out and walk around on
Okay.
the dirt.
Thank goodness
And
you
it
were
was-
the driver.
It was, yeah, today
No,
I
really?
think about that. They would walk around on what was a pine thicket of sandy dirt, and it was like glass, walking on glass.
So it
I could
infused
hear
the sand.
It melted the sand to the point that it just made it crystallize the top of the ground.
I'm surprised that vehicle didn't get really hot inside.
It probably would have been if you'd have been out and could have touched it.
Oh, okay. Oh, on the outside, but it didn't bleed through. Okay.
It didn't come through. But we started up the vehicles and went right on. We drove across ground zero.
Okay.
Where the tower was at. Even the concrete columns that they had them set
Mounted
on
on, right?
was gone.
Sure.
There was nothing. They had housing community type little. I don't know how many houses was
Right.
in them, but just looking at them, it
A
looked
test
like
village.
it would be
Right.
a little cinder block, wood, and brick.
Right.
And the wood structure buildings fared better
Really?
than the cinder block or the brick.
Wonder why
It was
that
just-
is.
From where the tower was at, and they had, you know, like a little community here, a community over there, and a community over where that blast was going from. The wood structures lent, they give with it,
Oh, okay.
but the brick and the cinder block buildings,
Push back.
it just pushed and broke, and they just went
Wow.
with it.
And that's all part of the test that we're trying to do.
Well, we felt like that was part of the test that they were running.
I want to go back, Jimmy, just a little bit. When you found out you were going to go across the Mojave Desert to this Yucca Flats thing, you told me that everybody was afraid when they might get orders to Korea. What was the concerns as you looked at what you were about to do? Did anyone know what to expect?
I don't think we even give it a second thought.
Really? It's just another day at the office.
Yeah, it was just another day on the bivouac in the field.
Yeah, I got
Out
it.
in the field.
So, all right, so the APCs and other armored vehicles got through it okay. What about those guys in those trenches 3 miles away?
There wasn't any of them hurt
Okay. Immediately.
immediately. There was another guy from Dunn
Okay.
that was out there. Now of the 6 of us that went in the service, I was the only one that went to Nevada.
Okay.
All right, the other guy that was from Dunn was Jesse Wilson.
Okay.
He was in the Army, and he was literally at that Yucca Flats.
In a
for-
trench.
No, he was assigned out there.
Oh, that
He
was his
there
duty
for
station.
like 4 months.
Okay.
He went through 3 or 4 of these tests. And Jesse died about 3 or 4 years ago with cancer.
Do they think it was related to all that?
They finally conceded that it was from his radiation
Oh, wow.
that he got while he was in service. And several of those guys that was in the communications battery that went to Nevada that I was with out there,
Right.
I know have died since then.
Now, do you suppose that's because they got out and walked around after the blast? We don't know.
We don't. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Have you ever experienced
That would
anything
just-
like that? I mean, like what you were a part of that time?
No, never did. Never did.
And did they ever relate the blast that you were part of to Hiroshima or Nagasaki? It should have been bigger.
It was that the blast that was there when I was there was like, I want to say 10 times the power that
Hiroshima?
Hiroshima and Nagasaki was.
10 times. And
10
you
times.
survived. I'm impressed.
Well, we were expecting it, and we were in armored vehicles, and we were warned over and over and over not
Don't
do
expose yourself to this. Right.
not to. But yet there were some that did just determined
Oh, yeah.
to get out and walk around.
Boys will be boys. Isn't that what they say?
That yes, they do.
Yep.
And there was around all over that area were animals that were blind,
Sure.
the hair burned off of them, just different
Right.
conditions. But it was a lot different than in the hay field and tobacco field
Oh, yeah.
and all at home. A lot different.
Yes, sir. All right, so you went through this test, and they send you back to California? I mean, is that where you guys went?
We went back across the desert
Okay.
and back to Camp Irwin.
You didn't get that APC stuck out there anywhere, did you?
No, sir, didn't try either.
Right.
Didn't try.
Get me home.
We got back to Camp Irwin and then stayed there for about 2.5 weeks or so.
Okay.
Got the equipment cleaned up, washed and
Yep.
shined, and then took them back to
Fort Hood?
Barstow,
Oh, Barstow. Okay.
to put on the train to go back to Fort Hood.
And I forgot, I was going to ask you something earlier. You said they were reactivating the 4th Armor.
Uh-huh.
Did they deactivate it after World War II? Is that what happened?
They
So-
deactivated, and then once we got back to Fort Hood,
Right. Okay, so they put all this stuff on a train, all these armored armored personnel carriers and tanks, and sent you back to Fort Hood. Okay, go ahead.
and we went back to Fort Hood,
Okay.
and it took us about a week
Okay.
each way. We went out there and we come back about a week,
Well, you were moving a lot of equipment and a lot of guys, I'm sure. So-
and got back to Fort Hood.
Okay.
And then they started up for volunteers to re-enlist, and they were going to move the 4th Armor Division from Fort Hood to Camp Polk, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
And then when I was discharged in October of '55,
Right.
they were in the process of sending advanced groups over there to set up and clean up and get it ready for a big influx of.
So the home base for this reconstituted, reactivated 4th Armor was going to be Fort Polk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Camp Polk in those days.
Camp Polk, and then
Okay, what was the intention to send it to Korea? Or were they just getting it
was
together
just
in
getting
case?
it together, but I think it went to Germany
Oh, okay.
when
Yeah, the
it-
Russians were making all kinds of noise then.
in Germany, and I think the first was at the main part of Fort Hood, and I think the first went to Vietnam when it
Oh.
was started up.
Okay.
And then the 4th replaced the 1st in Vietnam. I believe that's the way it went.
Okay.
And they might have been in Germany when they replaced the 1st.
Do you by any chance know, and I know you have no reason to know except just interest, is the 4th Armored still activated?
So far as I know, it is.
Oh, really? All right, so I really want to hear this story. You were getting to the end of the commitment you made. When you joined for 2 years. Is that the deal?
2 years.
So we're talking about now the summer, early fall of '55. Did they try to get you to re-up?
Yes and no.
Oh, the no surprises me.
I hadn't pulled no punches about not being interested in
Right.
re-upping.
They
I
knew
always-
you wanted to do 2 years and out.
And they had re-enlistment talks
Okay.
down at the theater,
All right.
and they would, get a group up that was coming up for release down in talk with them. And I went to one that Artie Murphy was at. He
Wow.
The Texas National Guard was at Fort Hood,
Okay.
and he was in the National Guard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so he was there, and he was making talk to
Oh, yeah.
re-enlisting people to re-up and all. And I went to that one.
Okay.
And from then on, when they would have these re-enlistment talks, they would leave it up to you.
Sure.
Sort of volunteer if you wanted to go.
Well, you heard the best guy of all anyway.
And I was just not
Yeah.
interested in.
What kind of promises were they making if you'd stay? Or re-up? Money?
I don't even remember.
Oh, wow.
That's how interested I was in
No, I got it.
re-upping. I was not interested. There was guys that were PFC corporals, all that was going down, and because they liked it,
Sure.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
I was ready to come to North Carolina.
No, I got it. Well, yeah, I mean, the re-up bonuses when I was in the Army were like $10,000 for guys.
There was no money mentioned.
Oh, okay.
And
Serve your country, do another 4 years or something.
3.
Oh, 3 years.
It was 3 at a time.
Okay. So, and I should have asked this much earlier. If you were in the armor, you guys ever have live fire exercises?
Oh yeah, we did fire on the firing range. You know, the FDC control. You know, the forward control.
Yep.
Is what I was in.
Okay.
And that was the APC,
Right.
you know, part. And we were out, I don't know, quite a few times.
Okay.
And we'd go out on the
Firing
firing
range.
range and bivouac and stay
Sure.
2 or 3 days or whatever.
So you were in forward fire control. I mean, the people that you were driving around. Okay. And I need to ask another question. When you went into the service in Raleigh, there were 6 of you. 3 of those guys ended up going off to Camp Gordon instead of staying at Fort Jackson. Did all of those guys go to different places than you? Did you ever see any of them again? I mean, in the Army?
No, not while I was in service, but 2 of them wound up at Fort Bragg.
Okay.
Think just 2 of them.
Okay. Everybody survived their 6 years in the. I mean, their 2 years in the Army.
No, one. He got out about 8 months after he was in. He was only in about 8 months.
Oh, really? What happened to him?
He got a medical.
Oh, he had a medical discharge. Okay.
He's the one that had been turned down.
Oh,
3
so he
times.
lasted 8 months.
He
Well,
lasted 8 months.
bless his heart, he did 8 months. I mean,
And that was one of the better things that happened with him because he got a medical discharge, a disability.
Okay.
And he was sick
a
most
long
of the
time. Huh?
for a long time
Sorry.
before he died. And he's probably been dead 25 years.
Also a long time.
Long time.
Do you see now? He was one of the 6. Do you ever see the other 4? You said one of them died like 4 years ago. How about the other 3?
No, that was Jesse Wilson died about 4 years.
Oh, he wasn't one of the 6. He was just from here. Okay.
He was just from here, and I didn't know him until he was in the American Legion,
Oh, okay.
and he was talking with Gary, and
Right.
telling him about he was going to Rex for
Cancer treatment.
cancer treatment,
Yep.
radiation treatment, and he was having to get people because his wife worked. And,
Yep.
And he said, "Well, I was, retired from the
Sure.
phone company," and he said, I think, Uncle Jimmy will take you." So he gave him my phone number, and Jesse called me, and we got together, and I took him
Bless you.
a few times, not, until he got really bad off.
Right.
And then he was staying in the hospital, and then I just lost track of him.
No, I got it.
And he got sicker, and
But he wasn't one of the 6.
no.
How about, okay, so one has died. Do you see the other 4 guys? Ever? They still here in
yeah,
the community?
One of them I'm good friends with right now.
Really?
He runs an upholstery place down
Well, I'm glad you have that.
Cheryl Bass. And then I was there talking with him a couple of weeks ago, and another one of the 6 come in to get him to do some work for him.
Got it.
And I saw him, and he wound up working with the same phone company that I did.
Okay.
So he retired after I did.
Okay.
And he lives in Benson, I believe,
Pretty close by.
around here.
Yeah.
And the other one that I told you about was nicknamed Egg.
Egg. Yeah.
He lives over around Coke someplace, but
Okay.
I've not saw him in 25 years. I don't
Right.
know. When my mother and dad were still living, he would come by and see them,
Okay.
and tell them, who he was, and they
Right.
would relate it on to me.
Yeah.
But since they've passed away, and,
Yeah.
and I've lived here now 30-something years here,
Okay.
I've not saw him.
Okay. Why? I thought maybe you guys would get together and have a reunion about
And-
going to join.
And another one of them lives Spivey's Corner.
Oh, that's not far away either.
No, and I see him
Once in a
every
while. Yeah.
few months. I'll see him. Now I'll probably see him this coming Sunday.
Okay.
At church, because his wife's people goes to church down at Spring Range Church where I go, and Sunday is homecoming, and they'll be there.
Right.
Doug Glover's his name, and he's lived around done here for a long time. I'd see him every week or so.
Well, you guys have a 60th reunion. I mean, a 60th anniversary coming up.
Before too long.
2013.
Yeah.
That'll
Before
be.
too long.
That'll be. Won't that be 60 years since you guys all went to Raleigh and joined?
Yeah.
I think.
'Cause it's 53
Oh, I'm to your draft board, right?
draft board. Yeah.
Hey, so Jimmy, you spent 2 years in the Army. Not specifically, but generally, was that a good investment of the 2 years of your life that you spent?
I consider it being. I wouldn't take anything for it,
Right.
and wouldn't give 2 cents
To do it again?
to do it again.
Okay.
But as far as enjoying it, I didn't, just enjoy it, but it was just an experience that you would never forget. You'd remember it.
Right.
A good experience, I thought.
Yeah. So when I first met you today, you were telling me that while you were out in California or Nevada, they took you to Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
I assume you mean the Army took you to Hoover Dam.
They did.
And they took you to Las
tour.
Vegas?
Yeah, we could go into, the casinos if we wanted to,
Okay.
but they didn't take us down there to just tour the downtown part. They were taking us to tour the whole
Area.
and
Yeah.
they took us out to Hoover Dam, and of course, I appreciated that
Sure.
as much as anything else. And then in '95, after I was retired, I got a modified van.
Yeah.
And my wife and another couple of our friends, real good friends of ours, went on a trip out, up in the northern states by Mount Rushmore and Yellowstone and
Oh, wow.
out
Nice
to the
trip.
coast and down over to Nevada and down in Arizona and around the Grand Canyon.
Nice trip.
Come back through Oklahoma City and saw where the
bombing was?
federal building had
Yeah.
been bombed, and pictures, and then come on around, and these friends asked here, says, what was the best thing you saw while you were gone?
Good point.
And I thought a few minutes. I said, that sign at Asheville said, welcome to North Carolina.
It sure feels good, doesn't it?
It sure felt good
Well, good.
to know we had made it.
And the thing that's just amazing to me, Jimmy, you spent, well, let's see, Fort Jackson, Camp Chaffee, Fort Bliss, Fort Hood, this place in California, and Fort Bragg's right there.
Right there.
And so they sent you all over the country, and it was right here.
Yeah.
But I hope that I've asked the questions that have gotten you to remember that stuff. Is there anything you've
probably
remembered that I didn't ask?
There probably is stuff that I'll
Think of later. Yeah.
But all in all, that's about the extent
Okay.
of what I went through during the 2 years. I went in October the 15th
Oh, you remember the day?
and I got out October the 14th.
And there's the question I should ask. When you got out, was that at Fort Hood then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Army says, thanks very much, Jimmy. See you later. They just they give you the money to come home?
Yeah, they gave us travel money from Fort Hood to
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Was that on a
Which was-
train or a plane? How'd you get home?
They didn't care how you got here.
Oh,
They give you the money and you
you use it the way you want.
the way
You could have
want
thumbed home.
to thumb or and I did just about, only they called it muster and out pay
Okay.
when we got out, and there was 4, counting myself.
Okay.
That was coming to Johnson City, Tennessee, or 2 of them was coming to Johnson City, and 1 was coming to Shelby, North Carolina.
Okay.
And then I was coming to Dunn.
Okay.
So we rode with the one guy from Fort Hood to Johnson City, Tennessee.
So then you just had to get
Then
home
we
from
got a
Johnson
bus.
City.
Then me and the other guy got a bus to Shelby.
Okay.
And then I hitchhiked
Home.
to over to Siler City.
Got it.
Then I got a bus to Dunn.
Wow. And you're 2 years in the Army, it was over.
Over.
Mom and Dad glad to have you home?
Well, yes.
Was that a question I shouldn't have asked?
Yeah, they probably were. They didn't shut the door on me,
That's good.
so I seemed to be welcomed.
Good. Was your brother home from Korea by then?
No, he come in. He come back home. Not that Christmas, but the Christmas after,
Okay.
and he got out.
Oh, okay.
And we were having a trial in Lillington. Not we, but there was a trial going on that
Right.
he and I were interested in because we'd saw it in the paper.
Yep.
And went over there to that, and I was signing up for unemployment because I had quit a job,
Sure.
electrician's helper.
Yep.
And went. The unemployment guy gave me a name of a man in Federal in the phone company
Wow.
to go see.
Yeah.
It was his neighbor.
Terrific. Networking works.
And yeah. So I went down there, and my brother, we went to the trial, and they were ended the trial and were going to sentence him the
Yeah.
next day,
Okay.
the guy. He was found guilty. And so my brother went with me to Federal, to the
Phone company.
phone company, and,
Yeah.
and went in and told the Mr. Hilton, the foreman on the job, who I was, and that the guy from unemployment had sent me and told me that they had jobs. And he said, well, here's the application. He gave me an application to fill out. And when I got through with it, and I already asked my brother if he wanted an application too. And my brother was just really, wasn't very polite to him and told him no, he didn't want one. That he told me, the foreman told me, says, now we're not hiring today, but when we do, says, I'll call you.
Great.
Well, my brother says, I ain't no use wasting my time filling out your, application and wasting your paper. And
Yeah.
he said, you're not going to call nobody.
Oh, he was a doubter.
So the foreman looked at the application and said, oh, I see you were in service. And I said, yes, sir. He said, says down here that you got a honorable discharge. What kind of release have you got? You put honorable.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I said, yes, sir. And he stood there a second. He said, can you be down here at 7 o'clock and go to work in the morning? My brother says, I'll take one of those applications. He said, that's the last one I got.
Good for him.
Hey, Dad. So my brother didn't ever go to work with the phone company.
Well, but isn't it wonderful that that line on your application was the magic key?
And I worked for 30 years for them,
Okay.
and then retired and worked 5 more years with a contracting company that did the same thing.
Yeah, got it.
that I was doing.
But what a wonderful benefit in those days of being in the service and being honorably discharged.
Just
I mean, you know,
made a world of difference.
you hear about all these veterans coming home from Afghanistan and Iraq and
Nothing
can't
to
find a
do,
job.
Can't find a job, and
Well,
and for say, and I knew I worked with that foreman there, and then I transferred from there to Medina, Ohio.
Jimmie Jackson transferred
To
to Ohio.
To Ohio.
How long were you up there?
About a year and something.
Oh,
I
okay.
worked there. Then Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay.
But I worked up there in that for 22 years
Okay.
in that area. Then I was a member of the union.
Okay. Communication workers.
No, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
Oh, well, yeah, BEW. Okay.
And I transferred down here, went to Florida and worked a few months.
Oh, you've been all
Then
over the
back
place.
to Durham and stayed in Durham, or
In the vicinity, right?
till I retired.
It's nice to have you home, Jimmy.
And it was, and I enjoyed that work.
Right.
And there's just no amount I would take for the experience that I got during
Good.
that 30 years working, and the little bit of communications that I got while I was in service.
Paved the path.
Just it
Made
was
all the
always
difference.
in my mind.
Yeah.
And
Well, I hope people have said this to you before, but I'll say it, and it's recorded here. Thank you for your service. You invested 2 years in this country. Never went overseas, but it doesn't matter. You were there, and thank you for that. And thanks for letting me come record this.
well, I hope it'll enlighten something for
Absolutely,
somebody.
it will. Anyway, it's great to know you. And again, thank you for your service and for letting me record your story.